financial crime is external customers, but also internal employees performing market abuse. I talked about market abuse.
But these kind of things do happen.
So when you have the, sorry, go on.
These kind of things do happen, like, you know, obviously you're talking about the traders, right?
Yeah, traders and support staff, anything where they can manipulate market activity, we are under a regulatory obligation and a massive spotlight to ensure that we have systems and checks and balances and controls in place to A, detect those, and B, escalate where they're found. So all the communications, whether it's email, Java, instant messaging chat, voice recording internally, externally, that comes in phone, there are class of clients, the class of customers, employees in the bank who are subject to voice, audio, and all their communications being recorded. It's not standard default. They're not all the 250,000 employees in HSBC are subject to this, but you know, obviously emails are all archived. But some of the voice messaging and chat, they are definitely being used because they are in potentially market abuse positions or sensitive positions. And I remember a couple of vendors being talked about from an innovation perspective. NICE, NICE, they make a tool called Actimize, Actimize. So NICE is the company, Actimize is the tool. It's a massive platform or tool used for AML. I'm sure it has different modules for surveillance focus or monitoring focus. I'm sure they have massive AI and ML capabilities they talk about, but they're a pretty big organization and it's pretty much used, I suspect. AI, NICE analytics, there you go. So they took the speech recognition. That's interesting. Okay.
So they are HSBC already uses them, or it was kind of in a pilot that time, is it?
I think they already used in one part of the organization around transaction monitoring. They have a platform. Their platform called Actimize. You type in NICE Actimize. I'm sure it's their flagship program. They might not actually mention now. I wonder if it's called NICE Actimize. You type in NICE Actimize, I'm pretty sure you'll get something.
Yeah, that's really cool.
ACTMIZE.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
NICE Actimize is their solution. Yeah, it's a platform.
Yeah, fight financial crime. Okay. The company itself is NICE Actimize. Okay.
Yeah. So they're very well established. There's also something called Norcom, but we won't worry about that. This company was being used. I suspect they already have a platform. They probably have a platform used in a certain region. I've got some notes here around what they're looking to install. But the two vendors that came out were NICE Actimize and Contextor. So this is obviously some tool they're using to detect, and effectively what's going to happen is their AI tools are going to be churning through that data set, all the voice that's being coded to text, all the chat channels. They'll be picking out certain keywords, and then they'll be putting this into a workflow where investigators have to look at this alert in a level 1 triage service. And if those guys think this is a low likelihood of communication relating to market abuse, they'll just discard it and close it. If they think it requires further investigation, it'll have to go to a level 2 alert. But then another investigator, more senior, more versed in writing commentary and analysis data, will review this case by case, and then if they think this would warrant further investigation or escalation, it'll go to level 3 or it'll be closed. Very typical triage. So monitoring or surveillance, that's what you have. Large data set, whether it's transactions or communications, use your tool set, whether it's AI, ML, try and get out exceptions. What is not an issue, you close or you hibernate with commentary, and what you think is investigation, you have to go through, and that's where you want to see a workflow with the key KPIs, maybe a dashboard of what was said, who is the counterparties, who are the people talking, text transcription, background on the customer, the client, or the employee, anything in the news that might correlate, anything else they can take from that employee record. I think this is all the kind of work they do, and I think this is an area where HSBC was spending money, and I don't have a sense, but I'd be very surprised if surveillance is one of those areas where people are always having to spend money to keep up with the market.
Right. And what is a kind of a typical conversation like? The trader telling something about, what I'm obviously this. You're talking about the stock trading, right?
Well, they could be saying, "Oh, I've got to execute this trade or that trade." They might be correlating that to what was done in the real-time printout of transactions, and maybe something they've said doesn't quite tie up with what's being printed out on the chart of transaction data. Yeah. might be indicative of market abuse, where maybe they try to execute a price themselves at a higher price or a lower price in the market. They could manipulate the market, or they could be effectively front-running the client, where they're shortchanging the client. They're trying to get the client in at a certain price, and they actually get the client a worse off price, keeping the better price themselves. So different kinds of, ways of effectively manipulating transactions. And this is obviously something that can be a risk in not proprietary trading, more the customer-facing trading. So obviously brokerage, masquerade, institutional clients, all of that.
But do these people actually talk about this kind of things in the trading? I mean, obviously the floors, like an example, and or maybe emails and chat. They will think that obviously it's sensitive information, right? It's all recorded and monitored, no?
It is. I don't know the area of surveillance, but I'm looking at my conversations here. I mean, I'm trying to work out. They use different companies. And these are just my notes from an interview that I had back in April. I'm just seeing that there's a lot of data mining and using different vendors to go through the transcriptions, KPMG managed outsourcing, and ultimately they want to bring this all in-house and use as much AI, ML, neural learning, or deep learning, to augment analyst capabilities rather than having to rely on outsourced partners. There's probably a whole avenue here that we need to do some research in, but high-level opportunity, trade surveillance and monitoring.
Trade surveillance, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
that's
not dissimilar to the difference between transaction monitoring and fraud. Because fraud you talk about typically external clients. Transaction monitoring is talking about external customers and their transactions. They look at your internal employees and related counterparties, and you're looking for instances of market abuse. And you can look up trade surveillance. There's a lot of details there. I actually went to university with the guy who's director of trade surveillance at a bank. I haven't spoken to him in probably 20 years, but I did reach out to him a while ago. I'll probably catch up with him at some point when the lockdown finishes. So I've been keeping him warm. But I will try and get a sense of what systems people are using. I haven't worked with surveillance. But this guy, Anis Kalraya, we went to university together. So I think he is at Credit Agricole.
Okay.
And he wasn't Deutsche. So we can find out more about that. But it's another opportunity identification. Can these tools be reused in another area of the bank, open up new avenues with minimal, redigging,
No, of course. I think this is really powerful what you said. I'm really up for it. I think, like I said, just for your information, currently the technology, whatever we're doing, is not just, we're not just adding sentiments. The sentiment is definitely good, but actually we're going deep down to actually the challenge for us now is that we're actually can able to process the data from external source in a matter of 3 seconds, right? That's our role. Yeah. And if it's internal data, that's even more kind of structured. I wouldn't think it's a challenge. And we can able to, once we understand exactly what KPIs they wanted to measure, whether they're talking about some compliance keywords, or whether they're talking about delays or customer service, because there are so much of English words, right? We need to exactly know what that is, and then we can able to quickly get that model up and running in maybe POC matter of a few days into a week, right? We can do that, and with this obviously the data set, we can be very easy and flexible to do based on once we understand exactly what is that they wanted to monitor. Voice is something we're not doing right now, but obviously that is going to different nuances and actually the accents and different stuff like that. But however, there is a lot of literature available where we can able to build something quickly also. It's not a problem. And yes, the idea is that you mentioned is very good to be open about, to think about what is these areas, and of course, open up to see what the options we can able to look at, right? The pivoting, and that's a really good topic. I never thought about that. But I was actually always looking at some internal data, the employee satisfaction, what they think about a company like Jammer Chats, or maybe people always say, you put a forum, like a new tool or something, people will say the surveys doesn't never matter, right? What they will not see.
HSBC does panel surveys and you publish results about employee satisfaction surveys, publish the results. I question how they collated that, what kind of metrics, how they did that, what kind of questions they asked. But I think it was very linear. So they'd ask you, are you satisfied? Do you feel like the manager does enough for you? Do you feel like, keen to understand that they employ any other technologies to, help create a narrative. I'm just trying to see what else I wrote about that surveillance piece. I think a lot of that was actually interesting. Is it talks about there being key language lexicon.
Lexicon based, yeah.
And so for each language, well, this is not really AI, but for each language they had 18 different languages. They had to get these translated into English. So from Indonesian, Bahasa Indonesian into English. And they used a professional service company to do that, but then they have to go internally and be checked by some SME with a technical knowledge. So even though it's a very vanilla offering, even the language translation service, people don't use Google Translate. They actually outsource it to a company. So the translation of technical manuals and documentation from a local language to English, to me, is a very low-hanging fruit. If you're using AI, is that something you could offer as a standalone service?
Yes.
Send us your
currently,
manuals,
yeah.
we'll do it.
What we did currently is that for Italian, right? Obviously, the company Word is based in Italy. They have mostly in Italy, right? So we've looked at obviously, so basically, if you look at the service here, right? Where is that Italian service? Yeah, we did that translation from Italian to English. The service is not bad. We have around like 75% efficiency, I would say, and we trained almost 2 million articles in a GPU cluster. Obviously, we can even get that down to like 80 or 90% accuracy. Not this one, sorry.
How did Google rank compared to that?
So the problem is, we tried with Google, but the Google on a multi, I will tell you a real example here. I'm looking at Ferrari here, right? Maybe Unicredit, Italian bank. Yeah. So you'd expect everything in Italian, right? This is a service. It will take like around 10 to 12 seconds. It's not that fast, because it's actually translating right now in Italian to English and actually giving the sentiment of it. Whereas if you look at natively English, it's a 3-second rule we have. So maybe it's taking a little bit while. And
you told me you couldn't deal with the volume, and that's why you went through something else. But I was curious about just on a benchmarking level, how close is your solution in terms of accuracy compared to the Google solution? Ignoring, benchmarking around time to process. What does the actual end unit result look like compared to the Google Translate?
So it is.
Benchmark. When you translate, what's the best benchmark translation service?
So the Google Translate, obviously, Google can actually translate like a simple sentence or maybe one paragraph, one line like that, maybe easily. I think effectively good standards. I think if you look at it, they have access to, I think, maybe millions of data sets where they're trying their own servers. That's where the efficiency can be 90s or maybe 95s, right? And I think that's where I think the companies like us, maybe any company like, new companies always have a disadvantage, right? That we don't have that. It's not about how efficiently they become. It's about the servers. Like, example, if you train that in a CPU, it may take a week. If you're train in a multi-core CPU in a 16-core or 64-core, it takes 2 days. If you do a GPU training, which is actually meant for this training, which we use it for like almost a few hours, it costed us almost $500. I think it's very expensive. And we only keep it running for a few hours. If we can run it the whole training for 24 hours, we can get the efficiency for the training, maybe very good accuracy speed, right? But we are very cautious about just, not to just spend the money like 5,000 or something for just one service, which is not really kind of mandatory, right? And the Italian guys said that was okay. They did manually tested some of the things, and kind of they were very confident because they're native speakers, right? And that's how it really worked on. So so all these things, as you can see, is all in now, as you can see, it converted into English, right? And the articles itself, obviously, it's the Google will translate everything to English there. That's different. But what we're trying to do there is that actually we translated that Italian to English, and we did all the KPIs. Like, I can't hear you, Ali. I think you are on mute.
Yeah, sorry, my headset went flat. Restarted. That makes sense. Yeah, that's good.
So that was a good service also we can do for sure. But it depends on, obviously, if it's a customer where they need to really do something interesting. Yeah, definitely. If it's paid work, we can able to, yeah.
It's just a low-hanging fruit, but it's not a core activity. But once you've built in a language translation tool that adds some value. The point was HSBC was paying someone, I don't know the end price, but they were paying a company outsourced in India to translate these technical documents from local languages, different local languages, to English, and then they'd have to come back to the bank to go through workflow and then sign off an inventory. It just seems like a very complex process for what should be really simple.
Yeah.
But and this was, regulatory guides in order to meet the requirements on trade surveillance. And then just to check, that row 11 should be transaction monitoring or trade surveillance.
Okay, that's really good. And also the reason why I think HSBC went for them is like maybe they can't use Google or Amazon's Translate because the problem what we had, HSBC has the same problem, I guess, because they cannot do batch processing. And also you don't want it to go put everything in Google, right? And, and that may be confidential.
Absolutely. I mean, there was a stack of work happening and they were so close to making an offer and then the COVID happened. So that's why I had 2-3 interviews on a trade surveillance program managing or a project management role. It would be good to understand the technology and what they're implementing.
Oh, well, that's really good. That's something you're now actively pursuing, right?
Not really, but I think at the time I was.
Oh, that time. Okay, I see what you mean. Okay.
Yeah. But no, good day. We went through a lot of information. I'm glad I was able to give time. And we developed some ideas, and hopefully, we can work together on the next steps.
Perfect. I think that was really useful day today. I think thank you very much for staying by. And sorry, we just overran. Overran with the meeting. I think, but that was useful, right? As you can see, Sandeep is really kind of on our side, and he's really kind of been once we know some names, I'm sure he'll just dig up something, and we can able to have some insider notes. And the priority is now to get in front of HSBC, at least try to prove this value very quickly, however small it is, before the summer, right?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
How fast we can do that, I think that's better for us, and of course, that makes sense for all of us, right? Yes, and really thanks, Ali, and of course, feel free to share anything on Slack channel, of course, however small or big it is. I know, obviously, now that you're part of the team, right? I think everyone is open. So obviously, we have Ian, you, and me, and also Alexander is also back to London now from Sweden. I'll formally introduce you to him as well. And tomorrow we can have a call with the Italian guys. I set up a call around 10:30ish time. He hasn't confirmed yet, but I think most likely in that time or maybe before lunch, if that's okay with you too, and to understand. Oh, I forgot to ask Sandeep, actually. He's the one who actually knows the use case for Irfan, the stress simulation. Maybe I will pick up the conversation with him tomorrow, and then we can able to complete the circle, basically, what and also what Italian guys are doing, and probably I'll touch base that back with him tomorrow. And that's okay.
Sounds good.
All right then. Thank you. So thanks, Ali. Take care.
You too. Talk to you soon.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.